Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Just Roll It Already. I'm your host, Daryl.
I'm Sean.
And I'm the rules lawyer, John.
And welcome to Game Talk. Today we'll be talking about adding mediums to your gaming groups. Now, we're talking about adding mediums. We're not talking about adding visual mediums like that. We're talking about things like Skype, Ventro, Google Hangout, Roll20, any of those things.
That's technically a visual medium. So just adding more modes of conveying your message to the game.
Yes. Okay. For example, Skype games. All right. I've been part of a Skype game before, and they're a lot of fun. But the only thing is that they're a little bit different from sitting around the table with your friends.
That's true. Problem I see with a lot of adding mediums to your gaming, specifically Skype, Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, Roll20 even, because I know they have a voice chat. When you can only see voice or
Your only voice.
When you're only voice, not
if
when
you can see voice, you're tripping on something.
You are
you
putting
just like drink Red Bull and freaking coffee at the same time.
If you're seeing voice, you used water or Red Bull instead of water in your coffee pot. That's what happened.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
That's
All
what
right.
it was. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about what you're saying.
So when you're using only voice, the problem is you begin to question the other players' not loyalty, but you're questioning their sincerity. What I mean is, did they really roll what they just rolled?
You're talking about honesty.
Honesty. There you go. Sincerity. Just, being honest with another person. So now that you're addressing, their sincerity, it's like how sincere are they really, or how are they going to be? Are they just going to say what they want? Because honestly, I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name any names. I hear that a lot.
I had a few people that I played with online that have done that before. They keep on saying they succeed, and I'm being honest with my roles. And
now here's the thing: in addition to the mediums, that are to transmit the idea behind the game, like just to communicate, there are also digital rollers. These I seriously have questions about.
Oh, so you're talking about other things like the electronical aspect at a gaming table?
Yes. Sean, you had any experience with like people using like dice rollers that are like
on their
phones, like on their phone or something?
Yeah, actually, last time when I first started the beta, we had our friend JT, and he had a laptop. He had a virtual dice roller because no one else had D20s. I didn't want to use dial down dice either. So he was pretty much our roller for the entire game. And so pretty much what happened was rolls it, and we had a problem with modifiers. So then he'd re-roll the die, or I think so, just like he'd
re-roll it.
No, he's just like, sorry, I didn't add on to the modifier, so we roll. So I'm guessing he just rolled it again. So it just like
No. Okay, first let's explain dial down dice. Dial down dice are a Magic the Gathering, the card game. When you buy certain packs,
spin downs.
They're called spin downs, and really the only difference between them and normal dice is that they'll have numbers going in a congruent pattern, like all the way around like a spiral. So they're really, in all honesty, not that much different in lieu of a normal D20, which has the 1 and the 20 on the opposite sides. You can use a spin down dice.
But as it is, what I was actually getting to is that I wasn't even sure if...
Don't let him re-roll.
Yes. That is one of the things I was going to say. But the second thing, I don't even know if he was... I mean, I'm pretty sure he was saying the truth. But it just... you have that psychological factor of, did he really... did he roll a fair roll?
That technology adds doubt to the mind.
It does.
And think of it. Think of Skype. If like you're Skyping somebody and they don't roll it, they use a digital roll on their computer, which means there's almost absolutely no way for anybody to see it. Yes.
You can't show it.
Yeah, that's the problem. So
that does make a lot of problems because player A, we'll call him. We played with him on Skype in our real physical group, and he had a rapid successions of successes.
Wait, is this He Who Shall Not Be Gamed?
No.
Ooh, that's good. That's bad.
Yes.
It's not He Who Shall Not Be Gamed. No, it's bad.
No, we'll call him player A, because this guy. No, I think that the person that I've had, and none of you played with this guy. I don't even know if he's listening right now.
Probably not, because he's scared.
Yes.
Afraid of his expose.
Now, again, we're going back to this. I knew he had dice.
He wasn't rolling them, though.
He wasn't rolling the dice. He was using a roller on his computer, or so he said.
I'm not being a douchebag, but I know why he's using that roller.
Okay.
Because it always rolls what he wants.
Yes. So, he has successful rolls when they matter the most. He had fail rolls when it had, or what he perceived to have, very little consequences. Okay, well, that kind of got old. And it's hard to call a cheater when they're doing that, because
you gotta call bluff sometimes, though.
Yeah.
We've already discussed this. You gotta call the bluff.
Yep, but I can't be there to look at his computer screen. I mean, I've only been in a few Skype games, and they're okay, but I can't quite understand it at times. The games Roll20, that one has a roller that is open for everyone to see.
True. I love that one, actually.
That's okay.
Although it has screwed us a few times. I do have a 4Ed game that does use Roll20 exclusively, and the biggest problem was it rolled, for all of our players, it rolled, but they really rolled shittily. It was like 2 4s in a roll, then followed by 2 2s in a roll.
Don't even worry about neither are words, so.
Yeah, it was right in a row. So 2 4s, 2 2s. It's not exactly consistent, but when you have, if you think that a dice roller can't be inconsistent or can't be in favor or against, you got to look at the programming, because there's a certain, there's a whole thing to it.
There's always rollers that I've seen that work pretty well that are on my phone.
Yeah.
Some of them are good. Some of them actually like have 3D animation rollings, like it makes it look like it's like a die that's rolling.
Yeah.
Someone took the time and love to put points on them and roll it. But then you can see it, because all you do is flick the screen, and you can have it on a tablet in front of everyone, and everyone can flick the screen.
As long as you show your result, I don't think there's a bigger problem.
Okay, well then, say that. Okay, now we talked about the cheating aspect of these additional elements that we add to gaming. Okay, a phone is an additional element. Laptops are not so big deal anymore, but tablets, phones, computers for video, audio, gaming from a distance. I know there's groups that are true and hardcore that refuse to touch a die after it has rolled on its result, and they will follow it.
Yeah, there's 2 things that really factor in. You got to have honest players.
Yep.
And you have to have a system, whether it be a dice roller or some other medium of determining result, that's either consistent or you can roll with it. Like you can accept the result. Don't cheat. Like that's like the biggest bottom line is like don't cheat. Even if the dice roller rolls a 3, you need to accept that.
Yeah.
Don't try and be a glory hog and take like, oh, I can cheat and I can re-roll
but the mentality of winning is always there.
Yeah.
And
true.
Okay, but all right, Sean, have you had any experiences using Skype, Vent, Tro, any of these things that we talked about?
Specifically where they cheated.
Nope.
Really?
No, I mean I've only been in let's say 5 of them. All of them just been pretty much with you guys. So
okay, yes. Yeah. Now, if suddenly, for example, we were all behind computer screens, what would you feel? And you were at your home.
I mean, like I said before, it's like psychology. I feel like there's the feeling of doubt. I mean, it's not because you guys are my friends or anything. I can't trust you guys, but just like that feeling, like you guys have that little.
We're hidden.
Yeah,
we're hidden.
Yeah, it's like with anything like online gaming or anything. When you're behind the internet, you don't have to take as much responsibility for anything.
That's true. Anonymity. Yeah, but
the only problem is John knows where I live, and he just kicked down my door.
Yeah,
and
I will
beat me down.
I will trace route your IP address and then kick in your door. Anyway,
kick down the door.
Okay, so yes, that's yes, or looking for trouble, but
Munchkin.
Yay!
Yep.
But
Steve Jackson Games, check it out.
Yes,
it's a fun game. I swear to God.
Yes,
anyway.
it is. But
it can be fun to do that one anyway. So
Munchkin.
Yeah. Okay, but we're not all about saying the negative aspects of it. What's the positive points of
you can reach anybody?
Yes, you can reach anybody.
That is the best part of it. You can talk to anybody across the globe.
Yep, I can actually play with my friend Scott because I've been trying to play with him forever. Right now, we're setting up a second ed game because he lives like 45 minutes away and he works ridiculous hours that we can never find time for our schedules within reason to overlap. So we decided online game.
Yeah, plug in the old Sons of Odin again. We have a member who's in the UK who's English,
really?
And he just being out of Ventrilo, he's able to game with us in the middle of his morning, early morning, an hour late afternoon. So it's actually a really great asset to be able to game with people that far away.
Yes, it is. I even played online multiplayer games when I was abroad, and it was nice because I could talk to people all over the world. I played WoW in the United States, and then I played I don't know what the other game's name anymore, but it was just an online multiplayer game, just some weird generic name that was based on a UK server.
Wait, was it digital game or was it like a pen paper?
Digital. I'm talking about like gaming in general. Who cares about if it's pen or paper?
True. Just being able to access people is like the biggest priority of gaming. Like in the sense of, as a whole, gaming in general, you must be able to access a player base.
Yeah, your base definitely grows because
You got to be
some
social.
of some of the people that I've met were on forums of role playing games and such, and some of them are like great hits. Others were complete busts. I mean, these guys were like none shall take down he who shall not be gamed. For him to be taken down, you must first kill him, consume his essence, and then don his dark cloak to become like him. Because
That's
there's
pretty extreme.
Yes, and good luck finding him online. Okay, so you gotta. There's people that are borderline as bad. I have yet to find a gamer that is as bad as he is.
Yeah.
Okay, and the scary part is we all know who he is.
The thing is, like, I haven't gamed with him.
Don't.
I could probably outgame him.
You know what? I will. If there was any time I'd like you to tell a story, I would like you to go up to him, play in a small game with a very
Like what? 1-on-1 or what?
a group. Let's say it's a group thing. I would love to see you try to deal with that guy. I think that would be a very fun challenge for you because I know you break him. Kinda.
I would.
Mechanically, you
Do
would
you know why?
because you're a rules lawyering John.
I'm a rules lawyering asshole.
Yes, you are.
You can't out asshole me. You must understand this. You can't out asshole me.
I'm sure there's some guys who will try.
My asshole factor is like to pucker and beyond.
Player class, asshole.
Player class asshole. Not ranger. Not cleric. Not f***ing rogue.
Race, rules lawyer.
Rules lawyer. Asshole.
So solution
What's the solution?
for this problem we're having.
Okay.
What's the solution?
Well, I mean, what are the solutions? Okay, so solution. I mean, I guess it's the same thing as an online game. I mean, let's say, for example, World of Warcraft. In that game, we have people that don't have to take responsibility for what they do. I mean, they could steal, they could hack. But that's a little bit different. But I mean, being a sleazy online jerk and being a cheater in both the video game world and in the RP world, you have to have a moderator. You gotta have some guy to put him in place. That's why there's moderators in World of Warcraft to actually put him in place and teach him lessons and everything. While this is different, let's talk about the real world with meeting a person that's really good and keeps the rules very technical, like let's say John or something, and go against like he who should not be gamed. We have to have some kind of defining point to put these people in place.
By defining point, you mean like a point at which somebody has to step in?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't have necessarily a person to step in, though.
Well, I mean, I don't know, just have, let's say,
How can you moderate somebody who's from a distance because it's your word against theirs and
it's literally he said, she said.
Well, what do you guys have on this? I mean, I'm just throwing these ideas out. So what do you
I
guys?
completely agree. There should be a moderator, but it's hard to moderate at a distance.
Well, of course, I'm just asking.
It's like in an ideal world.
Okay, I know that there are programs for Skype that you can add certain things onto, like a dice roller or a
Well,
map.
actually, there you go. There's the solution for that.
But that's a solution for that. But that's the thing. You have to make up techniques and ideas that would prevent these aspects of cheating or
You know what I think
difficulties.
It is? You know what I think it is? You got to make it like the roll open to everybody, just like roll 20. Roll 20 is the way to go.
Okay, yes.
You gotta, when they use the digital roller, you gotta say, no, you're using this digital roller. We're all rolling on the same table. We're all showing it out there. Because that's really what you gotta do.
Now, where can you find this program anyway?
Yeah, just
www.roll20.com.
Is that easy? Does it cost anything?
No,
No, it's not.
No. If you add into it, you'll
it's-
get bonus, but
it's .net.
It's just good to explain this stuff on
.net.
the
I'm
pod.
sorry, it's .net. Roll20.net.
Yeah, there's certain things that you can do. Also, maybe finding people who are honest.
Well, I mean, that's the main idea. I mean, isn't that the idea of
Well,
people
that,
playing
that,
together,
that
being
goes back
friends
to
and
your
everything?
picking your players, but
Well,
I mean, that's the defining point. It's like not having jerks in your party. We've talked about this since since the beginning of this show and everything. But I mean,
controlling
like,
is a lot more difficult online
Yeah.
because you can't exactly smack somebody through their screen.
that's why we talk about it. You gotta figure out what the best solution is to your problem.
Well, that's the idea of a moderator. I mean, other than like the
called
whole rolling system.
The moderator is called the game master.
I know. So be the game master. Be
But
God.
Here's the thing about the game master. The game master is behind one screen. He can't be behind all screens.
Okay, but what is the actual problem we're having here besides the rolling issue?
You
More
can't
than-
look at it.
No, you can't look at it.
Okay, then use it. Then if
you said it yourself. The problem about the remote gaming is that you can't trust. You have a sense of distrust because you know me and John. But if we were behind computer screens using webcams on Vent, on Steam, on Roll20, you would feel slightly off put.
But okay. So think of it like I said before, the whole World of Warcraft thing. We got moderators that can kick people out and everything. If they don't follow the set rules, they get kicked. So as the game master, just tell them to play it your way. Use the role system. If you don't play the role system, tough shit. They can't be in it.
I do like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty cut and dry way to do it.
It's very cut and dry. The only problem with the analogy is that moderators could actually look at the code, and they can look at the events that happened. Like they can look at the numbers that were generated by the game itself. Mm-hmm. They can determine if it was like a hack or something.
So John, if I roll a d20 on the table, can you moderate the code on that one, please?
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, you pick it up and see if it has like a weight in it.
Yeah, it's got a weight in it, and yeah, I know that Daryl's cheating, so he's kicked. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. No, it'd be something along the lines of, I don't know, I'm getting the code, but see here. It's an if statement. If X is called, then yeah.
Tabletop gaming is not a mainstream thing. It's plain as simple as that. We don't have the technologies or people willing to put in time for the technology to build up to this point.
The biggest reason why you'll have to use a media to extend your gaming is because you're trying to play with real people. Like, the big draw of, say, World of Warcraft or Guild Wars or Age of Wushu even, is the fact that you can play with other people at like long distances without having to worry about like moderating it. There's already set rules in the game.
Yeah.
But when there's a game where a single person has to moderate the rules, it becomes extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So you have to moderate the rules for all these people, but you can't look at them. That's even worse. So now you can't check their roles. You have to rely on trustworthy players, and that's what it comes down to. You have to have trustworthy players.
Okay. Yes.
So we have a more solid system for our ping, I guess, is just all we got.
No, it's just you have to have trustworthy players.
Yeah.
Because no matter what the system is, somebody can try and circumvent it.
Person and in person and online.
Yeah, they can try and circumvent it. It doesn't even matter. Right. You gotta say, hey, I trust you. Let's play a game. You've had an irrational fear of flamingos your whole life. I painted in this room pink.
It seems like the solution is pretty simple. Is more in the lines of based around trust. You don't trust any people. Find people you can trust.
Can't trust them if they're rolling way too many successes. Like, let's say.
Then you start rolling for them and make sure they see it.
Here's the thing you need to follow is. If a person is rolling consistent successes and they've built their character around this aspect, you shouldn't mistrust them. Just because they're rolling high doesn't mean that you should mistrust them. I.e., they're like getting a plus 15, so they roll a 5. They roll 5, that's a 20. That's huge. It's a huge difference. That's like Pathfinder 3.5, any D20 system.
Yeah.
But if they're consistently like rolling around their aspect, don't judge them for that. However, if there's some random guy and they're saying I roll a stealth check and it's a 27, and you know for a fact that they're a fighter, which isn't this is getting technical, but that's not a fighter class skill, there's an issue.
I have no experience of running these games, and this is a very difficult thing for me to even think about doing. But I guess more in the lines of how would you, audience, deal with remote gaming? Because I know there are some people who do it more than I do or any of us, and I would be very interested in hearing what everyone else has to say
Absolutely.
Because this is something that could probably be revisited sometime because I have no experience with it, not very much.
It's almost philosophical.
It is pretty philosophical
because it's a matter of trust and why people would trust each other. It's a prisoner's dilemma.
Yes, and that's why I'm going to have to stop it here because this is way too complex. Those who have experience running games online, please let us know because I am very curious. And the information that we get, we might be able to revisit this and talk more after deliberating amongst ourselves about how this should be done. So anyways, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe below. If you have any questions for us, don't forget to send it our Gmail at justrolledalready@gmail.com. I'm your host, Daryl.
I'm Sean.
And I'm the Rule Seller, John.
All right. You take care.